Recon-NG tools Kali Linux. Armand Shariarian. Recon-NG. Although Recon-NG is also about automating data gathering, it's deep enough to get its own section. Recon-NG is a framework and uses modules to function. It was developed as a way to perform reconnaissance against targets and companies by searching through sources. Some of these sources will require that you get programmatic access to the site being searched. This is true of Twitter, Instagram, Google, Bing, and Auth. Once you have acquired the key, you can use the modules that require access to the APIs. Until then, programs are blocked from querying those sources. This allows these sites to ensure that they know who is trying to query. When you get an API key, you have to have a login with the site and provide some sort of confirmation that you are who you are. When you get an API key from Twitter, for example, you are required to have a mobile phone number associated with your account, and that mobile number is validated. Most of the modules that you would use to do your reconnaissance for you will require API keys. Although some modules don't require any authentication, such as for searching PGP keys and also for looking up HOI information, a substantial number will need API keys. In example 3 to 6 you can see a list of services that require API keys. In some cases, you will see an API key listed where I added a key. I should probably make clear that I have altered the key provided here. Example 3 to 6. List of API keys in Recon-NG. Using Recon-NG is fairly easy. When you want to search for information, you use module_name. For instance, in example 3 to 7, you can see the use of a Twitter_mentions module. When you use the module, you have to make sure that you have filled in all of the required options. Each module may have a different set of options, even if the options are the same across modules, such as the source option, the values may be different. For the Twitter_mentions module, we are using a domain name to look for Twitter mentions. Example 3 to 7. Using Recon-NG to search Twitter. When you run modules, you are populating a database that Recon-NG maintains. For instance, in the process of running through a PGP module, I acquired names and email addresses. Those were added to the contacts database within Recon-NG. You can use the show command to list all the results you were able to get. You could also use reporting modules. With a reporting module, you can take the contents of your databases with whatever is in them and can export all of the results into a file. This file may be XML, HTML, CSV, JSON, or a couple of other formats. It depends entirely on which reporting module you choose. In example 3 to 8, you can see that the JavaScript Object Notation, JSON, reporting module was chosen. The options allow you to select the tables from the database to export. You can also choose where you want to put the file. Once the options are set, though the ones shown are defaults, you can just run the module and the data will be exported. Example 3 to 8. Recon-NG Reporting Module. While Recon-NG doesn't support workspaces, you can export your data if you are Working with multiple clients and then clean out the database to make sure you don't have any cross-contamination. In the preceding example with 27 records in the contacts database, I cleared it by running delete contacts 1 to 27, which deleted rows 1 to 27. This required that I run a query against the database to see all the rows and know what the row numbers are. Running the query was as simple as just using show contacts. Using Recon-NG, you have a lot of capabilities, which will continue to change over time. As more resources become available and developers find ways of mining data from them, you might expect new modules to become available.